I spoke to one of my coworker about this topic, and I know all of us is want to buy our family home or living home or X, Y, and Z. No matter where you go around the world, it's gonna be the same motion of buying a house or living there on X, Y, and Z. Many of those who come from a third world country or X, Y, and Z have different um, borrowing, like the way how they method. In Australia, obviously, all the Western world, obviously, if you work, we have a working history, got pay slips, and as well, we've got like reliability, credit score, um, and you got savings in your bank account. You can buy a house. What's accommodated on you know, the loan figure that is provided by the bank. Now, looking back at it, to look at it now, those who come from a third country, as I mentioned before, doesn't have that option. They have to go through what the family assets they have to go through and put it in. For example, let's just say they have to have two, three properties on land or X, Y, and Z. They put a calculated to put it in, and they determine whether how much you can have for your loan. If you don't have a house or a land, whether it's in the family or X, Y, and Z, you're unable to borrow money in overseas. So many of them who come to a Western world and immediately buy a house X, Y, and Z and build their Australia dream, not knowing the fact that they signed 40 years blood in veins on being a slavery for 40 years. And obviously, they keep buying on X, Y, and Z. And that's the true reality. You know, interest rate fluctuate. Some of the third world countries only fix on certain percentage for 30 years, depending on how it goes. So that's why a lot of people cannot pay off, especially in the Western world, because it fluctuate. And I'm not trying to bash on the Western world, but also for third world countries, it's difficult. Maybe just the cost of living based on the living standards as well. It's hard to say, but I'm just gonna say that the Western world is no much difference, but for the fact that you have a freedom to buy a house. That's all. I'm not complaining.